Go ahead.
Welcome to the broadcast.
I am the Reverend Dr. Mark Stenberg, Senior Contributing Editor.
And I'm the Reverend Russell, and we're coming to you from the heart of the Empire, the third floor of the Empire Building in still quite a frigid downtown St. Paul.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. You look different today.
Yeah, I've been transformed. Yeah, it's it's
metamorphosed.
When I was younger.
You were a bug.
Yeah. We're out of Epiphany. This is
Transfiguration.
Transfiguration Sunday, and this is where Jesus gets transfigured.
Metamorphosized.
Yes.
Yeah.
Does he get changed? It seems like he changes back, but nobody ever mentions that. Like, what is it all about? Like, he just glows for a little bit.
Yeah.
And then...
Yeah.
What is this about?
It's just temporary.
Yeah.
And it's just a vision, according to Matthew.
Yeah, right. And so, they bring Peter up there.
And James and John.
The
big three.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
But then Peter's the only one that talks.
Right.
Which...
He says dumb stuff, but not as dumb as in Mark.
Right. In Mark, he says really dumb stuff. Yeah. But, so... Was Jesus, hey, come here, I gotta tell you this, I want to show you something, look at this. And then they're like, whoa. You know what always, what's the hardest question?
Like Bill and Ted.
Yeah.
It's kind of like getting that vibe.
That's what you know what always gets me on this? How did anybody recognize Moses and Elijah? Like, do they have their pictures on the wall at their house?
That's very good.
You know, they're like, oh yeah, I have this poster in my bedroom.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like.
Yeah, what a freaky psilocybin-esque,
I know.
The glowing.
Up on the mountain.
Moses and Elijah.
Right, they go up on the mountain.
I think there were drugs involved here.
Yeah. What? Because and then they shine, and then Jesus is talking to them, and clearly Matthew wants to make a point here.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And the point is that one, Jesus transcends the laws and the prophets.
Transcends and fulfills.
Fulfills. Yeah.
Metamorphizes.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
And also, in light of...
And they were the two dudes who didn't die.
Right,
in the Hebrew Bible.
They were
taken up.
They were taken up.
Yeah.
That's
how I want to go.
Yeah, taken up.
Yeah.
We can take that up later. And then Jesus actually is murdered. So that's very different than what they do.
Yeah.
Also, I would like to, what I would do if I'm doing my normal kind of research I do on something like this, when something like, anybody else get shiny in the Bible like that?
That's a good question.
I would like to know.
Yeah.
Did anybody else get shiny like that?
Who else gets shiny?
They don't usually just... The gospel writers usually just don't make up new things,
Right.
Like with the baptism, with the breaking of the bread, and all that,
Right.
So I'd like to know who else gets shiny.
Right.
Somewhere.
Nice.
Does Moses ever? I don't know.
Oh, sure, when he gets the law.
Oh, yeah. Right. Okay, yeah. And he goes up on that hill.
The Lord God burns him, yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
I want to point this out as a reference to when Moses gets shiny. Probably.
Nice.
Other things about this crazy text?
I think the trying to build the shrine there.
Oh, yeah.
The dwelling place. Let's stop here and build this dwelling place.
Because that seems like nothing that is easy for us to relate to. This is awesome. Can I build you all a tent? I mean, can I get you a coffee? Can I do, it's like, can I build you a tent? So clearly, what is that about?
Right.
Is it the Festival of Booths?
It's a Festival of Booths reference. It's a reference to the Ark of the Covenant, probably. But, they're clearly turned down.
Right. Right.
As if a lot is happening. One thing that's happening is, you can't stop and lock this up. This isn't over yet.
Yeah.
We have to keep going. And probably the bigger point is the dwelling place of God is now no longer the temple of Herod, but Jesus' own person.
Right, so
that's what Matthew is.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's the big point here.
Yeah.
Which is a huge, if you follow the Empire critical readings.
Yeah, just can you mention this briefly, what you've been reading lately?
Sure, yeah. Well, all the vitriol against the temple in Matthew, I never understood it before. But
and who is this? Where are you getting this from? Who are you reading?
N.T. Wright gave his blessing on it about 15 years ago, and then there's Neil Carter, Warren Carter, Neil Elliott, people like that.
Yeah.
Just doing great things with Paul and the Gospels. But anyway, Herod was so in league with Caesar and the Romans that he actually had an eagle perched on top of the temple. A Roman eagle on the temple of the Jews. So he was a total sellout. So all the vitriol...
So even to participate in temple worship, to go into the temple, you are complicit.
You are paying tribute to Caesar.
Wow.
And that, I mean, that's what Jesus was opposed to.
Yeah.
That kind of empire building.
I think that I just want to say this, then when you think about it that way, then the destruction of the temple that occurs by the Romans is just like a blessing, right?
It is a blessing.
It's it's a blessing, and that's what they're, of course, that's what we're responding to, and, you know, the Pharisees went one way, the Christians went one way, and said, you know, that the temple is resides in Jesus now. Yeah. But what a blessing to have empire sort of destroy something that was already destroyed, already corrupt.
And the beauty too is that these texts that were sometimes read in a very anti-Semitic way are now read against the Roman Empire and Caesar worship. Yeah. So it's such a great time to be reading the Bible.
Man, it is a really great time to be reading the Bible because I mean, it's just like when we went off the gold standard here. No, I don't know. I was trying to come up with some weird conspiracy that people would be with us and then go like, what is wrong with him? You know.
In the moon landing.
Yeah.
Stanley Kubrick filmed it all.
Oh, yeah.
In the studio. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so let us know how you preach this, or, you know, better yet, you know, make some comments.
Please.
Before we all have a chance to write our sermons so we know which way you're going.
Absolutely.
All right. Thanks.
Bye-bye.